Alright, much Abrew about nothing time. Playing some Esper Erayo. Alright, much Abrew about nothing time. Playing some Esper Erayo in Modern. And, alright, no Erayo. We do have a Myth realized. I think this is fine. We can play Myth on turn 1. Start probing and remanding to get counters. Have a Slaughter Pact. I think this works. So, Flooded Strand, crack Flooded Strand. Get probably just Hollowed Fountain, I guess. Untapped. And Myth realized. And let's just probe. See what our opponent's doing. Get a counter on our Myth. Ooh. Alright. Farseek, Baloth, Titan, Summoner's Pact. Well, Remand should be good. Ooh, there's Erayo too. Alright, let's pass turn. Well, if we can actually flip Erayo, that should be insane. We draw an island, so let's play an island and just play Erayo. Let's see, Slaughter Pact, Remand, Slaughter Pact. We might be able to flip Erayo on our opponent's next turn, actually. See what we draw. Serum Visions. We could try to flip Erayo right now. Serum Visions, Serum Visions, Slaughter Pact Erayo, Remand Slaughter Pact on Erayo, Slaughter Pact Erayo. Well, let's just play Polluted Delta and pass. I think it's actually better to do this on our opponent's turn. So we get in for 1 with Erayo. Our opponent likely will play a Obstinate Baloth. And then we could actually do that same thing, but kill Obstinate Baloth. Because this just says, Erayo says 4th spell. Doesn't have to be the 4th spell that we cast. Just the 4th spell that is cast. So if our... Oh, they're not going to do it? Search for Tomorrows. Alright, we'll let that go. I think we're still going to go for the flip this turn, though. Opponent plays a Mountain. Oh, this is going to make it easier. And a Farseek. So let's crack Polluted Delta. Get a Black Source. Probably just Watery Grave. Tapped. And then we're going to maintain priority. Slaughter Pact our Erayo. And then just remand our Slaughter Pact. So this pumps up our Myth realized. Also going to flip Erayo. So now the first spell our opponent casts each turn gets countered. We draw a Dark Confidant. Okay. Myth realized up to a 3/3. We're still going to have to fight through a Primeval Titan. Slaughter Pact will hopefully help. But they do have mana for Titan next turn. And they can like Slaughter Pact to break the seal. I guess we could draw another counter would be nice. Mishra's Bauble. Yeah, let's start on Serum Visions. Get another counter on our Myth realized. This lets us set up our Bauble draw, too, if we can scry into a Remand or something. We draw a Gut Shot. Not super exciting. Let's put both to the bottom. Cast Mishra's Bauble. Let's look at the top card of our deck. Another Bauble. Play a Forest. Play Dark Confidant. Get in with Myth realized. Put our opponent to 14, pass the turn. Draw another Bauble. Our opponent's going to be able to Titan. They can get the Summoner's Pact countered. Can we win next turn? They're going to be able to probably kill Dark Confidant, get like Valakut and Mountain. Alright, there's the pack. Gets countered. Through the Breach. There's the Titan. Alright, so let's see what they search up. We are going to have to Slaughter Pact the Titan. Double Valakut. Alright, beginning of combat, we Slaughter Pact the Titan. Get another counter on our Myth realized. Hope our opponent didn't draw into another Titan. That would be a huge blowout. I don't think we can get Myth big enough to win here. There's a Mountain. Just going at our face. Well, we know our opponent's last card is an Obstinate Baloth. So, let's draw with Confidant first. Swamp. 1, 2, 3. Pay for Slaughter Pack to stay alive. Another land. 8, 9, 10, 11 it looks like we can hit for. Well, let's play Mishra's Bauble, get a counter on Mithralized, crack it. We're going to look at the top of our opponent's deck to see what's coming. Stomping Ground. So our opponent's going to hit us to 2. Alright, that's fine. We play a Swamp, we fire up our Mithralized. Put our opponent down to 3. Pass the turn. So the question is going to be, do we die to our own Dark Confidant? We draw Dismember. Our opponent can't resolve the Obstinate Baloth because of Erayo being flipped around. But they can hit us down to 2 just by playing the Mountain. So that's the question. Do we survive? There's the Mountain. Do we survive our Dark Confidant flip? If we survive Dark Confidant, we win. Dark Confidant. Oh, hits a land. Alright, so we're good. Now we just fire up our Mithralized, and wow. Alright, we got there. Whoo, that was super close. Oh my goodness. That was sweet though. That actually worked really well. Gaddock Teague shuts down Scape Shift, exactly. I guess we can bring in Ley Lines. Is that worth it? Maybe. What do we go down? Dismember feels pretty bad. Maybe the Dark Confidants. Then all we have though is Swift Spear or Mentor for winning the game. And let's go down Gut Shot. It makes it harder to flip, but I think this is okay. I think it's worth it to hopefully slow down our opponent a bit. Well, this isn't horrible. We have a relatively quick Erayo flip. Turn 3, most likely. Erayo, hopefully we untap with it. Probe, Remand. Hopefully another cheap spell. Slaughter Pact will do it. So, Polluted Delta, pass turn. Question's going to be, does our opponent have like a Bolt or something? If they do, the plan fizzles pretty quickly. There's Secure Tribe Elder. I don't think we can wait, though. I think we just have to go for it. So, crack Polluted Delta, get a Hallowed Fountain, tapped. Play an island. Well, we have the spells that we need. Let's see if we untap with Erayo. Play Erayo. Opponent cracks the Secure Tribe Elder. Gonna search out a basic. And pass turn. What's our opponent have? Okay, just a Baloth. I think we can beat a Baloth thanks to Slaughter Pack. So let's pass, or untap. We draw an island. Well, let's lead on Serum Visions. Erayo to the bottom. We'll leave Dark Confidant to the top. Play an island. Actually, we gotta play Watery Grave. Watery Grave untapped. Get in with Erayo. Put our opponent down to 21. So we probe our opponent, maintaining priority. Remand our probe. Probe our opponent. Flip Erayo. Through the Breach, Summoner's Pact, and Scape Shift. Alright, draw a card, Misty Rainforest. Well, we just gotta pass the turn, hope nothing horrible happens. Alright, take our beats from Baloth. Down to 9. I don't think we can Slaughter Pact here. I think that's too risky. See what our opponent does. Plays a land. And passes. We know our opponent's hand. Pact, Breach, Scape Shift. Well, let's play... Is there a way we die next turn? Not really. So let's play an island. Play Dark Confidant. Pass the turn. Opponent cracks Wooded Foothills. I guess if they just draw a Titan, that's pretty bad. Because they could breach it in. Alright, opponent goes to combat. Well, let's Slaughter Pack. Get rid of the Baloth. The scary part here is our clock isn't particularly fast. So let's reveal first to Bob, see what we hit. Breeding Pool. Now we get to pay for Slaughter Pack. Well, let's get in with Dark Confidant. Play a Swamp. Pass the turn. Our opponent can't scape shift us to death yet. Alright, play Sakura Tribe Elder. Alright, so they're going to Sakura Tribe Elder to break the seal, and then Summoner's Pact to get a Titan, I assume. Their problem is they're going to have to be able to... Alright, there's a Summoner's Pact. The problem for our opponent is this is going to take a couple more turns. I guess they could try to get a Sakura Tribe Elder just to ramp into Scape Shift. Maybe that's the plan. Goes with, ooh, Reclamation Sage. Well, we can't actually stop that, unfortunately. This puts us in a pretty questionable position now. We've drawn a lot of lands, and Erayo is gone. Opponent also has, oh my goodness, they drew a Summoner's Trap too into a Primeval Titan. Wow. Well, now we are likely pretty dead. Double Valakut. What do we get from Dark Confidant? Slaughter Pact and a Misty. Well, I mean, I guess we're sort of staying alive. Still drawing way more lands than we want. Play the Plains. Pass the turn. So our opponent has Breach and Scape Shift in hand. They have to pay for Pact. So the other problem is just things that get them lands are going to kill us pretty quick. Even just lands. And our clock is not really fast enough. Slaughter Pact, Primeval Titan. Well, I mean, we got to counter this. Snapcaster Mage gets Remand. Hopefully we draw into action. This is way too many lands for our deck. Remand, Sakura Tribe Elder. Oh, another land? Oh boy. Oh boy. Dark Confidant gives us a Dark Confidant. We gotta pay 3 for Pact, and this one's over. Leyline of Sanctity. Huh. This actually might save us. Well, let's get in with our Snapcaster. Opponent blocks. The question is, do we even have a white source we can get? And the answer might be no. Polluted Delta. Do we have a Godless Shrine in this deck? Crack Polluted Delta. Oh. Well, now we're dead. If we had a white source, we could have played Leyline, and that might have bought us time, but we do not. Ooh, we drew a lot of lands for this deck. This deck doesn't even play that many lands. We have 20 lands, and I think we had like 12 or more on the battlefield. Or in our hand. Still don't know if Gaddock Teague's good enough. Twisted Image isn't. Let's run it back. Alright, we get to play first. And, we got Erayo, we got Mythrealize, but we don't have any spells. I don't even know if we can keep this. We just like Mythrealize, Erayo. Oh, maybe we do. It really only takes a spell to start chaining stuff together. This is awkward though. Let's mulligan. 0 land, but we get a Scry. And we have double Serum Visions, and we have the Leyline. This is so risky. I guess we get a Scry and an extra draw thanks to Mishra's Bauble. We're still passing our first turn though. Let's keep. Oh man, this is probably unwise. Erayo's got to go to the bottom. We got to find lands. So start with Leyline on the battlefield. Play Bauble. Crack Bauble. Look at the top card of our deck. Oh, oh yeah. We should not. Yeah, I guess we should have kept mulliganing. We draw another Leyline, which is the absolute worst. Yikes. Opponent has a Valakut. We do not draw land. Oh yeah. Oh, super punished. Super punished. Stomping Grounds, untap for our opponent. Farseek does some ramping. We get... There's a land. So, Polluted Delta, crack Polluted Delta. I guess we get a Watery Grave, untapped, and Serum Visions. Well, let's keep both. I mean, there's our lands, so we did find lands. Is it fast enough? Leyline helps, but our opponent will get out from under Leyline eventually. Getting down a second Leyline maybe would make a difference. Opponent has another Farseek. Oh, this means death could come as early as next turn. I guess it's not literal death, but it's pretty bad. Opponent passes. They only have 4 cards in hand. We play a Plains, play a Dark Confidant, pass the turn. Unfortunately, if our opponent like breaches a Titan, we can't Slaughter Pact because we miss those land drops, so we can't actually pay for it. Stomping Grounds, untapped. This looks like a Titan. Yup. Alright, there's a Titan. Valakut and Mountain. Gonna kill our Dark Confidant. Hope that they can't get rid of our Leyline. So let's Misty Rainforest. Crack Misty Rainforest. Get a Hallowed Fountain, untapped. Play Myth-Realized. Play Serum Visions. Land Bobble Mentor. Oh, we probably got to keep Mentor. Yeah, let's keep Mentor. I guess we keep Bobble too. It's a free spell for Mentor. Alright, pass the turn. Opponent's going to go attacking. We're going to have to let this go. If they can kill our Leyline, then we're dead. Alright, there's all the Valakuts in the world. We're down to 8. Is this another Titan? Oh boy. There's another Titan. Well, our Leyline is keeping us barely alive. And a Sakura Tribe Elder. Now it's not keeping us alive. We draw Mentor. We can kill a Titan. We don't have enough mana to Mentor and... We know there's a Bobble on top of our deck. I don't know if there's any getting out of this. We probably just die to Titan Beats. They have plenty of mountains to kill our creatures. We know it's a Bobble on top of our deck. We can't... Well, let's... Oh, we don't even have mana for Manamorphose. Well, I guess we play Mentor. Play Flooded Strand. The problem is our opponent can just win by creature damage here. And we don't really have a good way of getting out from under that. So we can kill a Titan. I don't think any of this stuff matters. So we kill a Titan, trigger a bunch of stuff. Myth-Realized triggers, Mentor triggers, Prowess triggers. But our opponent can just shoot down our creatures. So there's Titan. I think we would have beat one Titan here. At least possibly beat it. With the second Leyline, we probably would have, but we're not going to beat 2. Alright. And now there's nothing we can do because we got to tap out. We got to tap out there to pay for our pack. So it's not like we even can draw anything at that point. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe we shouldn't have kept that hand.